HR is not the air for you. If you go to HR to complain, you're actually selecting yourself to be fired. HR exists to reduce the company's liability risk. It's a compliance job, not a I'm here to help the employee's job. If you go to HR with a complaint and you're not backed up with your own lawyer and your own documentation and your own witnesses, you are selecting yourself to be fired.
Let's maul in the Central Committee. Let's cringe in the Central Committee. Let's bog in the Central Committee right now.
Activision Blizzard sued over frat boy culture harassment. A 2-year investigation by the California State Agency found that the company discriminated against female employees in terms and conditions of employment, including compensation, assignment, promotion, and termination. Company leadership consistently failed to take steps to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation, the agency said. According to the complaint filed Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court, female employees make up 20% of the Activision workforce and are subject to a pervasive frat boy workplace culture, including cube crawls in which male employees... So, by the way, chat, I saw on Twitter, somebody was like, oh, they're calling it frat boy culture. You're playing it down. This is actually harassment. And I was like, I thought that's actually making it sound worse. Frat boy culture, like, if you said, Mike, in your mind's eye, picture a rapist. Frat boy would be probably the archetypical version. Brock Turner comes up when I think about a college campus rapist. Exactly. An Activision workforce is subject to a pervasive frat boy workplace culture, including cube crawls, in which male employees drank copious amounts of alcohol as they crawl their way through various cubicles in the office and engage in inappropriate behavior toward female employees. The agency alleges male employees play video games during the workday while delegating responsibilities to female employees, engage in sexual banter, and joke openly about rape, among other things. Female employees allege being held back from promotions because of the possibilities they might become pregnant, being criticized for leaving to pick their children up from daycare, and being kicked out of lactation rooms so male colleagues could use the room for meetings, the complaint says. Female employees working for the World of Warcraft team noted that male employees and supervisors would hit on them, make derogatory comments about rape, and otherwise engage in demeaning behavior. The suit also points to a female Activision employee who took her own life while on a company trip with her male supervisor. The employee had been subjected to intense sexual harassment. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry, Chad. I didn't know about this. I'm sorry for the no content warning. Jesus Christ. I apologize. I'm sorry. The employee had been subjected to intense sexual harassment prior to her death, including having nude photos passed around at a company holiday party, the complaint says. The agency seeks an injunction forcing compliance with workplace protections as well as unpaid wages, pay adjustments, back pay, and lost wages and benefits for female employees. We value diversity and strive to foster a workplace that offers inclusivity for everyone. There is no place in our company or our industry or any industry for sexual misconduct or harassment of any kind. We take every allegation seriously and investigate all claims. In cases related to misconduct, action was taken to address the issue. The DFEH included distorted and in many cases false descriptions of Blizzard's past. The picture DFEH paints is not the Blizzard workplace of today, the company said. Okay, dude. So this is the Department of Employee and Housing. Department of Fair Employment and Housing, an agency of the state of California versus Activision Blizzard and Activision Publishing. Unlike its consumer base of increasingly diverse players, the defendant's workforce is only 20% women. Its top leadership is also exclusively white and male. The CEO and president roles are now and always have been held by white men. Very few women ever reach top roles at the company. The women who do reach higher roles earn less salary, incentive pay, and total compensation than their male peers, as evidenced by in defendants' own records. Oh my God, look at their fucking pay. Robert Kotick, 154 million? 154 million. Holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? 154 million in compensation in 2020 alone. Like the executive ranks, women across the company are assigned to lower paid and lower opportunity levels. Female employees receive lower starting pay and also earn less than male employees from substantially similar work. Defendants promote women more slowly and terminate them more quickly than their male counterparts. Faced with such adverse terms and conditions of employment, many women have been forced to leave the company. Defendants' frat boy culture is a breeding ground for harassment and discrimination against women. Female employees are subject to constant sexual harassment, including having to continually fend off unwanted sexual comments and advances by their male coworkers and supervisors, and being groped at cube crawls and other company events. High-ranking executives and creators engage in blatant sexual harassment without repercussions. Defendants continually condone the quid pro quo and hostile work environment. The message is not lost on their employees. An internal investigation in the Human Resource Unit noted that there was a big lack of trust and that HR not held in high regard. Unsurprisingly, employees' complaints were treated in a perfunctory and dismissive manner and not kept confidential. What? And as a result of these complaints, female employees were subjected to retaliation, including but not limited to being deprived of work on projects, unwillingly transferred to different units, and selected for layoffs. All right, chat. I've said this before, and I'm going to DBS or nothing. Thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. HR is not the air for you. If you go to HR to complain, you're actually selecting yourself to be fired. HR exists to reduce the company's liability risk. It's a compliance job, not a I'm here to help the employee's job. If you go to HR with a complaint and you're not backed up with your own lawyer and your own documentation and your own witnesses, you are selecting yourself to be fired. When you come, and here's the thing, here's the sickening part. The more legitimate your complaint, the more at risk you are. Because a legitimate complaint puts you at high liability risk. So they've got to figure out a way to get you the fuck out. They want you to shut the fuck up, sign non-disclosure agreements, and figure out a way to fire you. They'll find what's known as a pretextual firing. They'll start stuff that you do that's technically against the rules that everybody else gets away with. Now you're going to start getting written up for. You showed up 5 minutes late to work with everyone else. Well, they wrote you up for being late to work. You clock out 5 minutes early with everybody else. Well, now you're stealing time. They will fuck you up. Now, I'm not saying that you should tolerate sexual harassment. I'm not saying that. Just understand, or bad treatment at the workplace. Understand that HR exists to squeeze the most money they can out of you and to protect the company from lawsuits. Don't be naive. Don't be a fool. The positive PR around HR departments is one of the most invidious realities of our current world. As a result of these complaints, female employees were subject to retaliation, including but not limited to being deprived of work on projects, unwillingly transferred to different units, and being selected for layoffs. DFEH, the attempted to resolve this matter without litigation prior to filing the civil action. The DFEH required all parties to participate in a mandatory dispute resolution in the department's internal dispute resolution division, free of charge to the parties in an effort to resolve the dispute. Specifically, DFEH invited defendants to participate in a mediation session with the department's internal dispute resolution division, but the parties were unable to resolve the administrative complaints. All right, here's the factual allegations. Defendants have engaged in and continue to perpetuate discriminatory practices regarding pay, assignment, promotion, and other terms and conditions of employment which negatively affect and impact female employees. They were offered lower compensation, less lucrative job assignments, and opportunities than male counterparts. Defendants paid female employees significantly less in starting pay than their male counterparts at higher. This pattern of practice and violations were continuing. Pay disparity continued throughout employment for female employees. Women were also offered less stock and incentive pay opportunities. Female employees were overwhelmingly assigned into lower grades and levels without stock and incentive pay, or less opportunities. Female employees also receive less stock and incentive compensation than male employees. Women were steered into lower levels of defendants' hierarchy and often had to work higher and longer to earn equal promotional or other opportunities as their male counterparts. As an example, a female employee working for Blizzard was assigned to a lower. The guy who traveled with the woman who killed herself was brought with him lube and a butt plug. Yikes. Yeah. Real question, what do you recommend a worker should do? All right, so if you have a serious sexual harassment or some other unlawful practice being done to you at work, here's what I recommend you do. Journaling. Contemporaneous conversations with others that is recorded. So text messaging people and talk about. So whenever you're sexually harassed, note the date and time, the behavior, who was involved, who was a witness. Text a friend or loved one. So-and-so did this to me at work today. I talked to so-and-so about it, blah, 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 blah. So document everything that you say. Then once and then talk about the things you've done to tell the person it was not, hey, I really feel uncomfortable when you do that. Please don't do that anymore. Note the date and time that you made those decisions. Then go talk to, if the practice continues, then you go to an attorney. You bring your documents, you bring the people that might be witnesses, and you make the job of your attorney very easy. You show them, this is when it happened. I wrote this down. It was in my journal. Here, I text messaged this person. I talked to this person. And then when you have that ready, and an attorney will often work for what's known as contingency, which is they'll look at your case and say, this is a good case. I'll pay for all the legal fees, and then I'll get a percentage of what the case is at the end of the settlement. Right? Usually like 20, 30%. All right. So if you don't have a lot of money to go to an attorney, you can go and talk to some attorneys about your case. And if they think it's a good case, they will pay for it. And so if it's saved on your company PC, it could disappear. Get personal copies. Oh, that's another good point, Dave Gert. That is, write these journals and stuff and messages on your personal devices, not company provided devices. All right. And then, only then, when you have that, a possible attorney, when you have those documented things, then you go to HR with your complaints. No, do not go to HR. You have to go to HR. You have to go to HR because they're going to go through this whole dispute resolution process. But here's the thing. Obviously, I'm not giving you personal legal advice because I don't know you and we don't have a lawyer relationship. But the thing what I'm trying to tell you is you only go to HR when you have your own attorney. And when your attorney is giving you advice, follow your attorney's advice. She was repeatedly told it was not her turn and others deserve a promotion ahead of her. Ultimately, the employee was promoted 3 years after her male counterpart was promoted within a year of hire, despite having started several months after her. Her male counterpart was also assigned leadership responsibilities, which she was not afforded. Responsibilities which furthered the male employee's ability to get promoted. Another example, a female employee who worked at Blizzard Entertainment was assigned to a lower level, denied equal pay, and passed over for promotion despite multiple factors suggesting she earned it. Highly rated performance reviews, she generated significantly more revenue in her marketing campaigns than her male counterpart, and she ran almost twice as many campaigns as her male counterpart. Despite her accomplishments, her male counterpart was invited to have weekly or monthly one-on-one meetings with the vice president. She was not afforded these same opportunities and unsurprisingly was passed over for a promotion in favor of her male counterpart. What do you know, chat? Politics and personal friendships and nepotism were more important than productivity. What do you know? The CEO was also connected with Epstein. The company has to fail to act on a complaint. Exactly. That's why you go to your attorney first, and then you go through whatever procedures he tells you to go through. So let's keep going. Anyway, similarly, other female employees at Blizzard Entertainment were assigned to lower level roles, denied equal pay, and further delayed or passed over for promotions in favor of male counterparts who lacked the same experience or qualifications, but who were friends with the male head of the unit. A newly promoted male supervisor delegated his responsibilities to his now female subordinates in favor of playing Call of Duty. Other male supervisors would refuse to communicate with female employees, going to their male counterparts for information. Holy shit! It's Ninja. Didn't Ninja say this, that he would never play with females? Ninja was like, I'll never play with a female. Female employees were also not promoted because of defendants' discriminatory practices against pregnant female employees. Oh, Blizzard is fucked. Blizzard is fucked. Oh my God. Discriminatory policies against pregnant women? Oh, no. You are in deep trouble, Blizzard. Oh my goodness. A female employee working on one game team had assumed some of the responsibilities of a manager, but when she asked her male supervisor about being fairly paid for the work she was actually doing and promoted into that position, the manager commented that they could not risk promoting her as she might get pregnant and like being a mom too much. In general, female employees were further... oh, that's just illegal. That's point blank illegal. If that actually happened, they're in fucking deep shit. In general, female employees were further treated negatively due to their pregnancy. Supervisors ignored medical restrictions given to medical female employees and gave them negative evaluations when they were out on maternity leave. Oh, shit. Oh, they're in deep doo-doo. Other female employees reported that they were criticized for leaving to pick up their children from daycare while their male counterparts were playing video games. And female employees were kicked out of lactation rooms so employees could use the room for meetings. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o! Women of color were particularly vulnerable targets of defendants' discriminatory practice. An African-American employee noted that it took her 2 years to be made into a permanent employee, while men who were hired after her were made permanent employees. She also was micromanaged so that her male coworkers were known to be playing video games without intervention by her supervisor, but her supervisor would call and check on her if she took a break to go on a walk. One day I chatted to my dad's business friend, and they literally said they don't hire women because they don't want to pay for maternity leave. 100% illegal. But people were proud of this shit. This was in South Africa. Oh yeah, that stuff's super illegal. Another African-American employee who has worked on immigration information technology was similarly micromanaged by her manager, unlike the men on her team. When she requested time off of work, her manager made her write a 1-page summary of how she would spend that time off of work when no one else had to do any write-up. Wow. The male supervisor also criticized her body language despite male counterparts slouching in meetings, and she was scolded for asking for assistance while others could get help on similar tasks without the same criticism. These experiences led female employees to leave their employment with defendants. As a result of these discriminatory pay, assignment, promotion, and other practices, defendants' gender pay gap is significant. Defendants paid female employees significantly less in base pay and total compensation than their male counterparts. This pattern or practice and violations were continuing. Indeed, despite having retained Paul Hastings LLP and Miller Law Group in 2018 to allegedly provide analysis related to compensation data, defendants failed to take effective and reasonable steps to prevent pay discrimination, as the pay disparity between male and female employees was not remedied and continued. For example, female employees noted that they accepted less compensation than they were making in their prior employment or offered by other companies to work for defendants, with the hollow promise that they would get promoted or get other forms of compensation to make up the difference. They never made up ground and instead had to watch as male comparators were promoted more quickly and offered more compensation, forcing them to leave the company. Additionally, defendants terminated female employees more quickly than their male counterparts. Oh, man. Sexual harassment. Okay, we talked about the cube crawls. Female employees working for World of Warcraft team noted that male employees and supervisors would hit on them, make derogatory comments about rape, and otherwise engage in demeaning behavior. This behavior was known to supervisors and indeed encouraged by them, including a male supervisor openly encouraging a male subordinate to buy a prostitute to cure his bad mood. In a blatant example of defendants' refusal to deal with a harasser because of his seniority position, Alex Afrasabi, the former senior creative director of World of Warcraft at Blizzard, was permitted to engage in blatant sexual harassment with little to no repercussions. During a company event, an annual convention called BlizzCon, Afrasabi would hit on female employees, telling him he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them, and putting his arms around them. This was in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors, who had to intervene and pull him off female employees. Afra was so known to engage in harassment of females that a suite was named the Crosby Suite after alleged rapist Bill Crosby. He would call females derogatory names at company events. Afra's conduct was known to Blizzard Entertainment executives who took no effective remedial measures. J. Allen Brack, president of Blizzard Entertainment, allegedly had multiple conversations with Afra about his drinking and that he had been too friendly toward female employees at company events, but gave him a slap on the wrist, i.e. verbal counseling, in response to these incidents. Subsequently, he continued to make unwanted advances toward female employees, including grabbing a female employee's hand and inviting her to his hotel room and groping another woman. Another employee confirmed that this... Okay, so a woman committed suicide. And then at a holiday party before her death, male coworkers were alleged to be passing around a picture of the deceased's vagina. Wow. The document said Crosby. Did it say Crosby? It meant Cosby. Bill Crosby? It's Bill Cosby. I'm sorry for reading it. It's Bill Cosby, not the Crosby Suite. I'm sorry, chat. It's supposed to be Bill Cosby. Not It's supposed to be the Bill Cosby Suite, but they typoed. An employee complained to Blizzard Entertainment president J. Allen Brack in early 2019 that employees were leaving due to sexual harassment and sexism. Specifically, the employee noted that women on the Battle.net team were subject to disparaging comments, the environment was akin to working in a frat house, and that women who were not huge gamers or core gamers and not into the party scene were excluded and treated as outsiders. Female employees complained of harassment, including coworkers that groped them, male supervisors asking them on dates, and other wanted harassment. In retaliation for complaints they made regarding harassment and discrimination, female employees experienced retaliation that involved involuntary transfers, selection for layoffs, and denial of projects and other opportunities. Holy shit. Blizzard is fucking sick, man. This is frat house slander beyond the pale. Okay, so what are they trying to get? Failure to prevent discrimination on behalf. 8 causes of action. 10th causes of action. Therefore, compensatory and punitive damages, unpaid wages, liquidated damages, and other remedies and penalties available under the Equal Pay Act, injunctive relief, declaratory relief, equitable relief, included but not limited to reinstatement and or front pay, pay adjustments, back pay, lost wages and benefits, including base pay, incentive pay, pension benefits and awards in an amount to be proven at trial, prejudgment interest as required by law, attorney's fees and costs to the Department of Fair Employment and Housing, and other relief the court deems to be just and proper. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a big case against Blizzard. And I have to say, if I were a Blizzard executive right now, I would be pushing the settle button. I would be admit it, settle. How much do we write? How big is the check? How much do we need to write? That is pretty dusty. Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book has an entry for Bobby Kotick with an Activision email address. Oh, no. Should be looking to get around at 10 to 20 billion for it to sting a bit. Alert, incoming lawsuit, settle now. Alert, incoming lawsuit, settle now. So the right wing is going to get a hold of this story and Ben Shapiro will say it's cancel culture. My God, dude. We do politics here every morning starting at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. You can watch us here on Twitch. We're the morning guy. The morning politics guy. Politics Frogs in every single day. Same time, 10 a.m. Day in, day out. And we carry you through your morning and early afternoon politics needs. And if you need more, Mike from PA, we have a YouTube channel. We talked about suburbs, the My Pillow guy, Ted Cruz. We talked about DSA. Amazing. making fun of Tim Pool. Amazing. Look at all of these amazing videos. Get in there, watch them. We have me on Twitter. You got to follow me on Twitter, chat. I'm at 20,614 subs. That means I got like 40 followers on Twitter in the last day. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Go follow us on Twitter. And of course, join the Discord, where we have an incredible community of left-wing streamers. We have left-wing community. We talk about the stream. We talk about politics. There's gaming content. It's a really awesome, supportive place. Direct action, mutual aid, and you can just let off some steam. And also, you can help produce the show. One of the things I do is I look at the links that are put into the news content suggestions chat room on the Discord. Join the Discord, come hang out, and maybe what you want me to talk about will be part of the next show.